Now collection API is collection of objects. Here as insert vector I added two elements, 1 and 2. Insert hash table, I added collection of elements, 2 elements. If you want to add 100 elements, you can able to add in the collections. I can add 100 elements. Let's start put of 3, 4, 5 up to 100. I can add 100 elements to the vector. There is no limit for adding the elements. You can add any number of elements. Size is open for us. But inside the arrays, whatever elements we are adding here, that much only we can add. Now here, this is legacy things. Here, adding the elements in the three arrays vector hash table is different. Removing the elements in the both are all are different. So this is one drawback. Now I am just reading the element 1 1 ABC. From the array I read the element. From vector I read the element of 0, reading the element of 1 of hash table. This is the value. Now reading all are different. Difficult for programmers to write and add algorithm which supports all kind of collections. Arrays, vector, hash table. If you want to support all these kind of collections, if they want to write one common class, they cannot able to write because it is very difficult because all the methods are different in the arrays, vector and hash table. But in most of the vector methods are final, so we cannot extend one create subclass to vector. We cannot create subclass to vector class since all the methods are final in the most of the methods are final in the vector class. These are the drawbacks of before collection classes. To address these drawbacks, they introduced the collection API in JDK 1.2. Now, what they have done in the JDK 1.2? They created consistent APIs. All the APIs has basic set of interfaces like collection, set, list, or map. They created one interfaces, collection interface, set interface, list interface, and map interface. Inside list interface, whatever classes are there, we have array list, linked list, vector also, subclass to list interface, and stack also subclass to list interface. All the subclasses of list interface having the common functions, common add method, common remove method, common read method. That we can see in the next programs. Now, what is the advantage of collection framework? We have consistent APIs, and it reduces the programming effort. We have consistent APIs because they have common interfaces. We have common methods for all the list interface subclasses, set interface subclasses, map interface subclasses, collection interface subclasses. We'll see one by one. For example, list interface subclasses are array list, linked list, vector. All are having same methods for adding, removing, and reading. And collection framework will reduces programming effort. See, by using arrays, if you want to add the elements, if you want to increase the size of the array, we have to write some algorithm or code to increase the size of the array. Or if you want to remove the element in the array, it is difficult. We have to go to the element of where the element is, then we have to remove. But if you use the collection API framework, they already developed the algorithm simply by using array list. Array list dot remove of index 0. Again, it will remove the index of 0. Array list dot remove of index 10. It will remove the 10th element of array list. By default, array list size, we don't need to declare how many elements if we want to add, we can add because that is dynamic. that will take care by the collection framework algorithm. They already developed the collection framework classes. We have to use the classes. No need to write algorithm manually. So reduces programming effort. If you want to sort the elements inside the collection, we have sort function. If you want to search the elements, we have search method in the collection framework. And it will increase the programming speed and quality because they already developed the collection framework classes and interfaces, which will give better performance. If you write your own code to sorting the elements, it may take some time of 10 minutes. But if you use collection framework algorithm, they have optimized it as a best way. So it might take only 1 minute to sort the elements. Whatever best is there, they have given the best in the collection framework classes. We have to use the classes. What is the learning the collection framework means? How to use the collection framework classes we have to learn. Now, what is the hierarchy of collection framework? All the java.util package classes and interfaces is called collection framework classes and interfaces. Now, what is a class again here? You can see the definition of class again here. Class is a user-defined blueprint or prototype for which we can create objects for the class. And the class is called as a set of properties and methods that are common to the all objects. That is called class. What is interface? Interface is like a class. It is also a set of methods and variables, but in the interface, all the methods are abstract methods. What is abstract method? The method is not having any signature, no body. The method is having only the definition. Not definition, the method is having only declaration. So that methods we call as abstract methods. And all the variables of a interface is public, static, final. All the constants. Inside interface, the variables are constants. Now, let's go and see first collection framework class. First, we can see the list interface of collection framework. I created package com.vkr.list. Now I'll go to the program. Now, how to add the elements to the list? Now we can see the array list. Adding elements to the array list. I have a class program too. I have a main method. Inside main method, creating object to the list interface. List of strings. Array list equal to new array list. Inside this array list, we can add all the string elements. We are just specifying to the compiler. I'm going to add the elements of string type in the array list. Now, how to add the elements? We have two add methods. First method is just simply add the method. Array list.add of hello. Array list.add of all. I'm just adding two strings, hello and all, to the array list by calling the add of taking the only single argument, string type. Now, array list.add of two arguments. First argument is a index where you want to add the element to the array list. And second argument is object type, which is the element of the array list. Now, I want to add the element at the index of 1. Index will start from 0 to 1. 0 index is hello. First index I want to add as a 2. So after hello, we are adding the 2 by calling the add method of 2 arguments. Now if you call system.println of array list, inside the array list is also the object. By default, if you call system.println of object, we will get class name at that hexadecimal. We have seen in the object class notation. But here, inside collection API, toString method is already overridden for us. toString method is not printing the memory address where the object is stored. toString method of collection API framework will give the data of the array list. Here, if we call system.println of array list, it will give you the hello first to all. Now let's go and run this. We'll get the output of hello to all because toString method already overridden in the array list. Now, how to add the elements to the array list? We are learning the collection framework. I'm just telling again, learning the collection framework is how to use the collection framework classes in our projects. That we have to learn. Now we are learning the list interface classes. First class is array list. Creating object to the array list class and assigning to the variable as list interface. Now array list reference is pointing to the array list object. Inside the array list object, we are adding the elements. We can add any number of elements. Now I can add array list dot add of xyz. Now I added one more element. If you want, you can add any number of elements. But in case of arrays, we can't add like this. Now we have seen how to add the elements to the array list. We have an add function which will take an object as an argument. This is taking as a string type. Now add method of two arguments. First argument is the index, on which index we want to add. Now I want to add the one element at the 0th index. Array list dot add of 0 index, comma. I just added one string. Now first we will get this one because we added into the 0 index. Then I will get the all remaining things as it is. Array list is a collection class which will take care of adding the elements anywhere. If you want to add the element here, you can add. If you want to add the element here, you can add. If you want to add the element at the last, you can add. Now let's go and see the next program.
No, ఒక డౌట్ అన్న ఇక్కడ. హలో
హలో
ఒక డౌట్ అన్న ఇక్కడ థర్డ్ ఎలిమెంట్ చూసారా a1 డాట్ యాడ్ 1 2 ఉంది కదా 1 2 మనం ఫస్ట్ ఇండెక్స్ దగ్గర 2 యాడ్ చేసాం కదా కానీ ఇక్కడ ఫస్ట్ ఇండెక్స్ దగ్గర హలో ప్రింట్ అయింది ఎందుకు మరి ఫస్ట్ ఇండెక్స్ ఇక్కడ
Now I am adding a array list dot add of hello. Array list dot add of
yes
hello.
hello
Now third element array list dot add of first index. First index means 0th index is this one.
Yeah, last one is the 0th index, right? GDHT.
Yeah.
Last index. That one. It is printing.
We are adding the first index as hello. Second index is all.
Yes.
In here.
Yeah.
We'll get hello. First, whenever we're printing first time array list, we'll get the hello all. Now we're adding in the first index too. First index means we have hello and all. Now first index is already we have all. So we want to add the 2 to the first index. Hello to all will become as a second index. Now again I'm adding the xyz at the end. After adding this, hello to all xyz. Xyz is the last one. Now what we are doing here is adding the GDH are the first index. When we add this in the first index, first it will come, then hello to all xyz. This is output. Now if we save this, now this framework will take care of adding the elements like this. First is the hello all. After this, now when we add the first index, it will become hello to all. Now when we add the xyz and GHD as a 0th index, GHD will come here hello to all xyz. It will shift it to.
Okay, clear.
Now let's go to the next program. Now here, after adding the elements, if you want to update the elements, like we already added the elements to the array list. I want to change the value of the 0th index or first index, any other indexes. How to change the values? We have set method. Let's go and see. Inside program T, I have main method. I just created an object to the array list. Now I am just adding the elements. Hello everyone. On first index I am adding 2. So hello to everyone. We'll get 3 strings in the array list. When we print this, initial array is hello to everyone. Now array list dot set of first index. First index I want to change the value. By using the set method also, we can change the value. 1 comma for. I'm just changing the value 2 to for. Now after updating the array list, we'll get hello for everyone. Let's go and run this. Now if you see here, initial value is this one. After updating, hello for everyone. Now we have seen how to add the elements to the array list. By calling add methods, we have 2 add methods. How to update the elements? We have set method. We can set the elements. This is update. Now let's go and see the next one. Now inside main method, I have array list. Similar, same thing. I'm just adding the elements, hello to all. After adding the elements, initial array is hello to all will get. If you want to remove the first index element, if you want to remove the 2, you can remove array list dot remove. After removing, we'll get hello all. After removing, we'll get hello all. Not only based on the index we can remove based on the object also. Here I'm trying to remove hello. Here we have hello is a capital letter. Here I'm removing the hello is a small letter. After the object removal after the removal of hello, this hello is not there, so it won't remove. Let's see what is output. Now initial array hello to all. After removing the first index is 2. 2 is removed, we got the hello all. After removing the hello, we can remove the object also. Remove method will take 2 arguments. First argument is index. Second argument is data, object. Whatever data we are adding, we can remove this data also. Now I want to remove the hello. So it should remove the hello, we'll get the only all. See if we see here. Remove method is 2 types. First method will take argument of index. Second remove method will take argument of object type, which will check the array list of all the elements. If anything is having hello, it will remove. That is called remove method of array list. Now here, remove method is overloaded. What is overloading? The method name is same, but the argument signature is different. Signature of the argument means the type of the argument or order of the arguments or number of arguments. Here, the type of the argument is different. So the signature is different. First argument type is integer, primitive type. Second method argument type is object type. So this is overloaded method inside the array list class. Inside array list class, we have these methods for removing the data. Now we have seen how to add the data, how to update the data, how to remove the data. Everything in collection API is only adding, removing, updating, and reading the values that we have to learn in all classes. And we have to learn what is the difference between one to another class. Now we have array list. Then why they implemented linked list, and why they have created vector, and why they have created stack. Inside list interface, we have these many classes. We have to learn each and every class. And what is the purpose of class? When to use the class? We have to learn in collection API. Now we have seen adding, updating, removing. Now how to read the elements we have to see. Inside a main method, I have same array list. I have created same adding the elements to the array list as the same. Now how to read the elements? We can iterate the loop, because array list also having the size method to check the size of the array list. Iterate the loop from 0 to size. And we have a get method to get the elements. Array list dot get of I. It will go up to the end. We will get hello to everyone in this. This is a basic for loop. Now we have for each loop. By using for each loop, we can iterate the each and every element of our list. Each and every element will go to the string. We are just printing the string. This will also give the hello to everyone. Now let's go and run this. Hello to everyone, hello to everyone. We are reading the array list elements 2 times like this. This is one way. By calling get method of array list, you can get the elements. This is simply iterating the loop and getting the elements. No need of calling the get method. Now, what is array list? See, the list interface provides a way to store the ordered collection. If you want to store the elements in order, we have to use the list interface. Whatever list interface having the classes, all the classes are storing the elements in order. First index, second index, third index, fourth index, up to the n number of indexes, up to 100, up to 200, any number, n number. So the list interface is providing the way to store the elements in order. That is the main point we have to remember, key point. And the list interface is a subclass to the collection interface. This is the second point. List interface classes are subclasses to collection interface. Collection interface is a supermost interface for all collection API. And here, inside the list interface classes, you can add the duplicate elements. That is one more point. Now we have learned 3 points. First point is list interface classes are stored the ordered collection, ordered elements. List interface is a ordered interface, ordered collection. Adding the elements into the list in one order, 0, 1, 2, 3, something like that. List class is a subclass to collection interface. And inside the list interface classes, you can add the duplicate elements. Now, that is the 3 points we have to remember. Now, inside program 6, in the same program, I'm just adding the elements, removing the elements, updating the elements. I have a list of integers. I'm just adding the integer elements to the array list. List.add of, at the 0th index, I'm adding the 1. List.add of, first index, I'm adding the 2. System order printer of L1 is, it will give the 1 and 2. First it will give 1 and 2. After that, I'm creating one more list. I'm creating one more array list, L2. I'm just adding the elements by using add method, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, I simply added. Now, if you want to add array list 2 into the array list 1, how to add? Array list 1, L1 dot add all of 1 comma L2. Whenever we are calling array list 1 dot add all of 1 comma 2, L2, all the L2 elements 1 to 3 is adding into the first index of array list 1. So we'll get 1, 1, 2, 3, 2. After this, when we print L1, we'll get 1, 1, 2, 3, 2. Because we are adding a list 2 into the list 1 at the first index. If we want to add the list 2 in elements at the end of the list 1, simply we can call list 1 dot add all of L2. It will go and add. We want to see L1 dot add all of L2. If you want to add one list element to the another list, you can add by calling these methods, 2 methods. I'm just showing this, just close it. Now here we have seen one more type of adding. Adding one list into the another list, you can add this. But if you want to add the elements from one array, we have arrays, right? If you want to add the elements from one array to another array, we have to write so much code. But here, the framework already provided for us, adding the elements directly by calling one method. How to remove the elements? Removing the first index. Then after that, we are printing. For get off the third index, get method of third index, I am getting the element. And I want to set the element, updating the element of the 0 index. Let's go and run this. First output is 1, 2. After adding the second list, this is the second list, 1, 2, 3. At the first index, we'll get the output this one. Now I just removed the first index. So output is this. Getting the element of third index, this is the one. Third index is this. Now updating the value of first index, 5, 2, 3, 3. This is called array raised. Now we have seen the array list basics. Now we have some other classes of array list interface. We'll see in the tomorrow class.